Live. Sorry for the delay. Couldn't get hold of the guest, but the guest actually arrived. Is anybody here? Is anybody here? Where are we? Comments. Yeah, somebody's here. Right. Right. My guests can appear. Where's my guest? Here he is. Right. So thankfully, you know, unlike Moyes, I use my substitutions where possible.
Oh, please. Yeah.
Kieran is, yeah, I can't get hold of Kieran, you lot. And what I didn't want to do is just cancel the stream. And thankfully, Lawrence has stepped in. You know, he's only got 15, 20 minutes. And the fact when I came in and I saw Hammerhead and Happy Hammerhead had already started commenting, I'm thinking, I definitely
Oh,
can't. I would have went live by myself, but,
oh, Hammerhead and Miss Hammerhead. Oh, they're loyal. They're great people. Two great
yes.
people. I'm saying right there.
So I didn't want to cancel. And like I said,
Heck no.
I can't get hold of Kieran. So Kieran never agreed to this. I actually messaged him whilst he was asleep. So it's not like he said he would do it. Yeah, I said to him, look,
Yeah.
if you want to do it. But yeah, so I just can't get hold of him. And maybe while we're live, he might wake up. And then, when Larry has to go, he might jump on. So we'll see. Anyway, how you doing first, Lawrence? It's been a long time that we've actually sat on a stream together.
Brother Titch, I can tell you I'm gutted today. And I said it to the wife. I mean, the match started at 10 a.m. my time this morning. And it at 12. And I knew, and she knew. And that's how it is. I'm going to be in a bad mood for the rest of the day. And let me tell you something. I could have took a tie, a draw.
Yeah.
But we got robbed. We were robbed on the bridge, I call it. And everybody's saying it, and we can talk more about it, but it's sick to my freaking stomach that they can say that's a freaking penalty. So there was a bull crap call. We had our weaknesses at first, and I thought we could. Cornet should have. We'll talk more, I'm sure. Cornet should have came in at least the second half.
Yeah.
And I'm gutted, man. That's all I can say. You know how it puts you in a bad mood and people don't care. I cared, and it was. And there's a lot of angry West Ham fans out there.
Yeah. Right, let me just get to the comments. I think it might just be Hammerhead here, actually. It says 4 people watching. Right, so I'll put these on the screen. We'll read them out. Moyes out, and Moyes out. The longer this goes on, the worse position will be in time for him to... Oh, sorry, will be in. Time for him to go. We need some fresh with more than one way to approach a game tactically. It's time he goes. What's your thoughts on...
I agree tactically. You're totally right. How he's positioning people. I thought besides Cornet not starting, why did Ben Rama off the bench? And I want everybody else's opinions. What did you think of Fornells? I thought he was garbage. And what I say by that, when I see how Paqueta can pass the ball so technically and smooth, then I compare it to Fornells. He looks like me on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't. He's like all over the place. Then I see a guy like this, like man, and I'm not trying to bash Fornells, but I am a bit. He's out of his league compared to the guys we have coming on here. And then when Cornet came on, when did he come on? What
86
minute?
minute. 86.
86 freaking minutes. He had
Right.
two positions. He almost got off the post shot, and then he had that one that got robbed from him. So does it make sense to everybody that he's not an impact player? I thought that Fornells, and I thought, okay, I know Moyes. Moyes don't substitute to about the 60th minute. Then with this, then 70th minute Cornet, too late, dude. Too late. So we can blame the referees on the final call, which was wrong, but his tactics are off. And that's how I feel about it. I'm as you can tell, I'm a little angry.
Right, okay, that's the first one from Hammerhead. He said, the rows I've had today because of some of our fans are truly deluded. Moyes is finished. All he's brought us is stability, but it's time he moves on.
I've heard that from a lot of places, a lot of channels, a lot of chats are saying that. I don't know if that's true yet because now he's got the tools in hand that he can maybe make the moves do right. I think in the last 2 matches, you're seeing that he's slowly bringing new people on. Cresswell didn't start right. That's a shocker, right?
No, I don't think he was
So,
available. I think he was,
well,
yeah, he
gee,
was injured,
God.
I think. So, yeah, that's
Well,
why he didn't.
I tried to give him always credit for
Nah, he
that.
wasn't available.
So we have for us to be where we're at right now. It's so frustrating because I see so much potential, and I predicted that this was the game that we would come out and score 3 goals. and I said 3-1. I was wrong, obviously, but I saw it in the Spuds game, second half, where we were all over. We were attacking. We had so much great attacks in certain areas this year, but we could not finish. So I thought in the second half of the Spuds game that we could carry it forward here. We started off slow in the first half of this match. Defense, awesome. Zuma, awesome. So you couldn't, but we sat back, and we were in our typical sit back and wait to see if Chelsea would make a mistake and then attack there, which I thought was you're on the road, and I can okay with that. As long as you're staying with the game, you're trying to make that happen. But I saw another comment today, which was true, was then we scored that goal up 1-0, and they were saying, did we or didn't we? And I want to hear that from you, Tish. Did we or didn't we start parking the bus?
Right. So I think, listen, because there are a lot of comments from Hamed, so I know he might have changed.
Hammerhead knows his stuff too. So
yeah, so I would say that I didn't watch all of the game. I've watched enough of it, especially before we scored as well. So I've seen enough of the game. I think Moyes went into that game not wanting to lose, rather than saying let's go there and beat them. They lost to Chelsea
first
in the
half
last
for
game.
Sure. First half, Titch for sure he's that way.
Yeah.
Second half, I think he changed. I think second half he changed his mojo a bit. And once we scored that goal, Chelsea stepped it up. Oh, everybody can on this chat or whatever, they know Chelsea stepped it up, and we could not respond to it. And people were saying we parked the bus. I don't know if we did or didn't. We gave up a quick goal, but it was pissed me off. So go ahead.
Yeah, I think he's very negative, and then rather than seize the opportunity, which is Chelsea are there for the taking. We do have more depth now. We do have better players. Rather than take the game to them, I think a lot of the fans is their perception is that he was playing for a draw, and his primary objective was to not lose the game. When in fact, we ended up losing the game, and he could have actually, especially the fact that we went 1-0 up. We could have won that game.
Man, what was it, 1-0? How much we have? Like 20 minutes left after that? 17? 17 maybe. When did we score that? Did we score at the 72 or 67? I kept forgetting. But it was right around that. I want to say 72 minute. I think we scored that goal when Antonio. Could have been 67, one of the two.
We scored on 62, yeah.
62?
So still left 30 minutes, injury time, 33 minutes. Right, let me get through all of these comments.
Oh, sure.
And then we can, I don't want to... Right, this is the next one. Tactically, he's been found out and he's only got a plan A. We won't achieve anything under Moyes. We can touch on ran over. Yes, we were partly robbed, but Moyes lost us the game. Thanks for your comments as well, Hamed. I can see why the corner goal was disallowed. Bowen could have lifted his legs more out of players like Bowen, Rice, and Turner. Really need to be more streetwise. See, that one I disagree with. Maybe he could have done, but we all know it. Listen, any football expert, I heard Alan Shearer before came on. He's like,
I disagree with that shit.
Is a joke, and the referee didn't give it, and he had a good view of it. Once again, as VAR basically is telling that referee what to do. They play it in slow mo.
And the rule is this, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Tish. You know more about it than I do. Is what happened? What Bowen did it stop him from getting back to get the goal?
No.
And if you watch that shot, he pushed it away.
Exactly.
He was falling away. There's no way in hell, hit or not hit, he could have got back and recovered that goal. No way in the world. No way in this freaking world.
It had no impact on the goal. And like you said, Bowen didn't knock the ball out of his hands. He made connection with the ball first, and his intention was just to palm it out.
And you keep watching the replay. Bowen touched him after he pushed the ball away.
Yeah.
There was no contact after the guy just pushed it away. Then he got there and all this. Oh my God, man, you're weak.
Sorry, Titch, having to read all. No, it's fine. Just angry. Listen, like I said to you, and I'll say it again. This wasn't planned. Like Kieran knows nothing about this. I messaged him knowing he was asleep, and then we could do this, which I don't really do a lot of these. Just anyway. Then I thought, you know what, I'll reschedule from 11 to 11:30 instead of cancel. Then I thought, actually, I'll cancel. Then I saw the comments. Then I messaged Lawrence, and Lawrence, thankfully, could come on. and big man Kieran. Right, hey guys, big up Happy Amaret. Thanks for tuning
Happy
in.
Hammerhead, how you doing, girl? All right, good to
Happy.
see you.
We can't
No,
play a
I'm not
world-class
happy though.
Brazil attacking number 10 as a defensive midfielder for most of the game.
But
Moyes has to go.
but did Paqueta look so smooth? And how
Yeah,
he
he
handles
is.
the ball and passes it. He's if you want to say clinical, you could see this guy. And the thing is, the guy seems so smart that he passes it, anticipating the one he's doing to, knows what he's doing. That's a steal we got there. I love that guy.
Right, Lawrence, I'm going to read these all to the end and then we can talk, just so we don't fall behind.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, maybe, but most will see it in time. And I'm kind of person who's normally ahead of the curve. I won't be saying I told you so. Don't worry, I welcome you into the light. Anyway, enough negative BS from me. Enjoy this show, sexy people, and don't forget to absolutely smash the like button. Take your anger out on it. Yeah, hammerhead out. No way, ever, never. That was me. Sorry, telling them waiting on my guest, Kieran, and his upside down clock. Larry, look, that was a surprise. We got it. Can you see all my comments? Yeah. I can see them. I put something like 50 minutes ago. I can see anything can see. I've read out. Hammerhead. We didn't just get robbed. Moyes threw the game away. Right, we'll get to this because there's more changes. Killed us. Big up Lee Stephen, main man in the house.
Lee, my boy.
Need to get someone to sit up and listen to the VR and refs.
And
So,
Happy, she's so true. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to
good
these.
point on that.
Game changer, we know that. Moyes brought out best performing players today. A big fuck up. Pablo was quiet today though. Wally says, "Did we win?" And Epic,
Lord.
big up Wally.
Good to see Wally.
Thanks for tuning in, and thank you, Epic. Epic says, "Wally, they robbed us. Worst referee decision of the year." Apparently, right before we go any further, I said when Villa played City, I wanted City to win, obviously, because now we're back in the relegation zone. But the Coutinho goal wasn't offside, and now the article I saw is people saying, "Listen, once the officials see that back, they're going to be embarrassed." And then apparently the Newcastle VAR decision was worse than the West Ham one, which I haven't seen yet. So it's been a weekend of bad decisions. Moyes will be sacked by the end of the season. Wally, no, it was terrible. Sitting back, aka giving them way too much respect. I'm ahead. We had a chance to win, but Moyes subbed on Ogbonna to protect the draw. I knew we would lose. Epic. The Ogbonna sub was clearly to protect the draw. Crazy. We're not streetwise enough to the dirty tactics other teams play. We are too honest and we need to play them at their own game. I wish I was wrong about Moyes, but I'm not. Epic said, I swear we concede every time Mr. Moyes changes formation to protect a draw or lead. Because he don't have a clue. Like I said, there's that fear of losing. I haven't heard anybody except two exactly say it was a foul. He's that German giraffe. It was very soft to disallow. I agree on that, but our players have got to be more smart and realize other teams will cheat like that. That's what I meant by streetwise. And the thing is, Jared Bowen had split second.
No choice. He couldn't have done anything more. He was going for the ball. He didn't.
Okay, we've caught up anyway. Villa were robbed and Newcastle. Okay, see, I didn't even see that, but yeah. And Spurs had a clear offside goal allowed. Right, so talking points now. So let's go to the VAR that Happy mentioned. My opinion has always been that I feel that you should have at least one, but I think it should be all three ex-professionals should be in that VAR. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at the reaction to the three decisions today, Villa, Newcastle, and West Ham, all of the ex-pros that you see on TV are basically majority, I'd say. I won't say all because that would be a lie. Majority of them are saying, this is a joke. So I think a lot of these referees, none of them ever played football. Football wasn't their passion. They might have been whatever profession they was in, but they've done their refereeing and all of that, and now they're making decisions that are embarrassing. And this is meant to be the best league in the world, and you would think the best league you'd have the best referees, and we don't have that. Now, I would say this is when I was watching Match of the Day, Michael Oliver, to his credit, he gave or he didn't give a penalty, one or the other. He gave a penalty or didn't give a penalty, and then VAR called him over. He looked at the monitor and he stuck with his decision. Now, Alan Shearer believes that by him doing that, in future now, some of these referees are going to have the ball to actually stick with their on-field decision. Because remember, the referee gave our goal today, and he was basically told, change your decision. That's what VAR is, change your decision. And if it keeps going the way it's going, then there's no point having on-field referees. We don't need them. We don't need them. Do you understand? So we'll see. This week might be the turning point where things change with the VAR. I don't know whether that's true or not, but you know, it's too many incidents in one weekend. Well, one day, I should say. All right. Yeah, Larry. So, I mean, VAR for you, is there something in America? Do they have a similar concept?
We have it. We do have instant
American...
we have instant replay on that, but it seems like in the Premier League that, and I forgot what chat it was today, but if you look at our stats, if the referee goes to the VAR, I think it's 95% he overturns it. So we're already anticipating that, which is wrong. And when we say VAR is bad, I think Rebecca, who said something on the chat, she's a West Ham fan, she says, VAR is not bad. It's the people that's behind VAR. So it's like you just said, Tish, the inexperienced person making a judgment call or something like that. I think you definitely need two people back there so they can say, hey, no, are you looking at the same match I'm looking at? Because today was robbery. They stole some money from us. Yeah. If we come down to the end of the year and we're off a point, they screwed us.
Yeah.
We got robbed today. So VAR is not a bad concept. It's the people behind VAR to make the wise decision. The smart decision. And I like what you're saying, though, Titch, about that is that maybe in VAR, it's not just one referee, it's two of them to consolidate and talk it through and say, you know, hey, no, are you seeing it right? Because it is a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on the referee on the field if you're going to use VAR. So having a two-man concept in the box, VAR, might not be a bad idea because I think the idea is good to get their calls right. But right now we're seeing more of them turn over that, and then no offense, but the referees in the Premier League, I want to tell you right there, I heard this today, is the Premier League referees are one of the worst in the world.
Yeah.
They're not even offered a World Cup position. So we need to, if we're the best in the world, we need to improve our referees too.
Yep. Yeah.
Because right now, what I see, and you know me, I'm coming to 4 or 5 years. I'm almost a veteran, right?
Yeah.
But it's a joke. It's a freaking joke. These guys are terrible. And I thought he was playing a good game earlier, the ref. I thought he was letting him play through, doing all this. But this shit right here, I would have gave him so much respect. And because I thought he was going to come and say, goal. I really did. Because the way he was playing the match earlier, I thought he was going to come back and say, you know what? Goal. And then when he didn't, I said, you know what? These son of a guns. Yeah. So that's just my opinion.
I knew. As soon as it got to VR, I said to my missus.
Because it is. Isn't it right, Titch? What is the percentage? I think I heard like one or two that come back and say, no, I disagree with what they said. I'm sticking to my thing.
Yeah.
Because he called it on the pitch as a goal. He didn't call the penalty. He didn't call it, right?
No.
VAR said, hey, come look at this shit.
Exactly. Now, the thing is,
he didn't have the nuts to come back and say, you know what? It's still right.
Right. Now, listen, what Epic said there is we need some accountability and transparency. The problem is, and he's right, the problem is these people will sit in that VAR room, make the decision, and then go home about their business, right? They know that by telling this referee to come to the Monarch at Stamford Bridge,
Let's hear what they're talking about. Let's hear what they're talking about. They said
exactly.
I heard that.
Right, and we should have to. How did you come to that conclusion? You know, they should have a dialogue between the two where he's saying, because if you go by the letter of the law, and they spoke about this on Match of the Day, VAR is meant to intervene when the course of action was changed due to, and it wasn't, because Mendy pushed out the ball before Bowen.
Totally agree.
It was irrelevant.
Exactly.
It was irrelevant. And that there is not a VAR issue. And so they've actually used it when they shouldn't have used it. That's not a VAR issue. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Because it didn't change the course of the ball falling to Cornet. The ball would have came to Cornet and Mendy would have still been on the floor.
It was because it was Chelsea. If it was Fab on that damn ground, they wouldn't have changed shit. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's the big six that they all talk smack about. And I'm telling you right now, It's bull crap if you don't think it's happening, because it is.
No.
It's
Right,
bull
what?
crap. Well, if that was Fab, they wouldn't have gave a shit about his ass.
They wouldn't have done. And the
goal.
thing is, you know, most people. No, I won't say that. There's a lot of people that believe, that the Premier League do everything in their power to make the top six the ones that is as expected, right? They're the ones representing in, and the fact that all of this money in football, everything is about money, would make you believe that that's that is their agenda, and where possible, they will favor the big team. And like you said, if that happened to Fabianski, they would not have given that. I know they wouldn't have done. I just know that they would not have overturned that.
No world. They would have said goal, Chelsea.
So in regards to what Epic's saying and what you've said, we should hear the conversation, and the conversation should be from the VAR initially, why he's raised the issue, right? This is without the guy going to the monitor. He should say, look, blah, blah, blah. And then the referee should have said, did it change? Did that incident change the course or the outcome? And he would say, well, no, because Mendy palmed it where he palmed it. Boeing make it, and then referee would say, well, I don't need to go over to the monitor. That's how it should happen. 15 seconds dialogue. Then once you go over that monitor away, an away ground, you're gonna overturn your decision, which is a joke, even though you was however close to make that decision.
And that goes to show you how weak them referees are.
Of course
they're weak, because I'm not going to say the word I want to say.
You can say
it. They're just pansies, I guess. Because as soon as they go there, they don't, and they're at the bridge. You know what? Screw that guy. He screwed it up, and he screwed us for a point, and I am not happy about it. And I'm telling you, today my wife, we had to go to the market after this, and I'm telling you right now, people are like, I was going to kill somebody. And I'm like, because what, I got stolen, it pissed me off all day. So
what? Right. Let me just welcome Barry Scott. I think it's the first time you've been here.
Barry, joke. I agree, Barry. Totally agree.
Tuning in. VAR's a joke. Now, what I would say is this: all the while VAR keeps intervening, you're highlighting the fact that you don't have faith in the referees that you're assigning to the best league in the world, because you keep undermining them and telling them what to do. So what is the point of having these guys in referee kit making decisions if you don't even trust them and you keep telling them what to do?
It's so ridiculous. If we're the best football league in the world to have these crummy ass referees, it makes no sense at all. I mean, we pay players tons of money. We need to invest in the good ass referees that can do the right job, because right now it's not working. And we talk about it, and today I'm very mad because it was ridiculous. We start off bad, and we needed that freaking point, and we didn't get it. And if it bites us in the ass at the end of the year, I'm going to be really mad. We're getting players together now. We're going to come together, but we start off slow. We all know it. We can't be fools about it, right? We know we start off bad. And the Tottenham game, second half, how many times we should have scored, but we were looking good. That's why I predicted, my fault, but I predicted 3-1. I thought we were going to bust through. I really did. And second half, we started playing again like we played in the Tottenham second half, didn't we? And I'm just mad. Period. Sorry. I'm mad.
We do our little game show thing and I did predict 2-2. So not only did VAR mess up West Ham, but it did mess up my score prediction as well. Right. So Barry says VAR is ruining the game. I think the concept of VAR works, because you do get when it, like the split decisions, and, sometimes in your favor, sometimes I think we had one last year. I can't remember, against Spurs. I don't know if it was offside. So, it works, but they're not using it properly. Like I said,
I totally agree.
If you follow the VAR protocol, you wouldn't intervene for the goal that we scored today, because it doesn't fall into the criteria of VAR. So they're misusing it, and that's ruining the game.
And like we said, it's not VAR. VAR is a great concept because it's trying to see that you caught something that you missed. But VAR now, you have people that are making a decision on something that's clearly wrong. So that's the issue we have to do. Who was actually behind the VAR, and who's making that right decision? That's our problem. VAR in the concept, I think, is a good idea. But now we got some lunatic like today. How could he overturn that? And then we got a referee on the field that don't have the guts to stick to his call. And that's the problem.
Right, so Hammerhead says Fab was to blame for the second goal. What else can he do wrong before Ariel comes in? It's a joke. Do you mean the first goal? He was at fault for the first goal. He didn't need to run out there, and by running out, it's still a good improvisation from Ben Chilwell. But as soon as you run out, you make up his mind for him. So the first goal was definitely Fabianski's fault. I think you must mean the first goal.
First goal was Kara and Sufal letting that guy in the middle there. Because, I mean, they were both on there, didn't play the ball well, got through there, and then technically Fab, it went through his goddamn legs and made it in there. So altogether, it was bad. It was a bit.
Yeah. I think that's what. Yeah, he ran out of his goal and didn't need to. That was a mistake.
It was bad, dude. It was bad. Well, all of it was bad defense.
Right. Wally says Mendy immediately faked injury because he knew he was in deep doo-doo. Exactly. The play acting was like just ridiculous.
No, for sure. It was a ridiculous, Wally. I agree.
Football, Hammerhead. We weren't good enough. A bit laxy-daisy in defense today. Need to defend better and stop conceding easy goals.
We played good defense today. We just had a couple of laps that were stupid. I mean, that was the problem. Its first goal was definitely something we should never have had.
No,
I mean, it was in between two dudes. I mean, Sufal and was it Kara or whatever his name? And then he got to the corner. You guys watched the match. It went right through Fab's legs, right through his legs. And people are saying that Fab is really doing so good. But he's not having many. Our defense is playing well. Every time there's an opportunity for someone to score, let's check the percentage there. So I think Areola needs to come there. So look at these score sheets and all this. Our defense stops a lot of things. We had a good defense today, but when it really hit the road, Fab, he should have been able to stop that. But it was a lot of problems there. So.
Good evening, Helen. Helen says VAR isn't the problem; it's the people using it that is. Which is
exactly, Helen.
I 100% agree with that.
Helen, agree.
Needs to be dropped. Fab's got very poor positioning and poor distribution. Ariel is our man. The ref robbed us, but Moyes deserves a lot of blame. I'm tired of his tactics, late subs, and starting the wrong players. Now we will get into this. I'm gonna just get through this, and then we can like the name Barry. You're aware it's also the name of the clickbang guy. The players to blame should have played better. 1 second. He's called Barry Scott too. Bang, and the dirt is gone. Oh, the Silly Bang guy. Sorry. Moyes is to blame. Hammerhead says Moyes. VAR was poor today. Poor decision in the new. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet, Barry. I know Alan Shearer is fuming about it.
Barry here a lot?
Say that again, Lawrence.
Is Barry part of the chat a lot?
No, it's the first time I've.
Hey, welcome, Barry. I like his feedback.
I think it's the first time. Yeah. There were VAR mistakes in at least 4 games: the Newcastle game, Villa game, Spurs, and West Ham game. Exactly, something's got to be done. And the thing is, it's not even VAR mistakes; it's human error. For the most part, our defense was good, but it needs to be better, not just defending, but going forward. Also, Emerson needs to bomb forward more. Now, okay, right. So now that we've got to the end of the comments, what people are saying is, Emerson and Moyes and I agree. I'm not a Moyes out person because I know the club is not going to give him all that money to spend and get rid of him. It's not going to happen. But Moyes is the way he is hindering West Ham's progress, and we're in a perilous position right now. We are back in the relegation zone. Every game in the Premier League is a tough game, and we've got Newcastle next. So Moyes is very he's too rigid, he's too rigid, and he has these players at his disposal, and he doesn't use them. He sticks with what he knows. Now, you could say that the Cornet sub, even though it was in the 85th, 86th minute, was an inspired
too late.
But the thing is, if you think about it, he came on, he hit the post within 30 seconds, and then he scored a goal that should have stood. So if that goal stands, then you would, and trust me, every football pundit that covers the game would say it's a genius substitution. He's brought him on, and within 60 seconds, he scored. I'm not saying I agree with that, but what I'm trying to say is the guy that he brought on in the time that he came on hit the post and probably should have scored. Was supplied by Ben Rama, who done fantastic to actually, beat his defenders and then put the ball in with his left foot. And then he scored a goal that should have stood. So his sub, in theory, came on at the right time. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Because of the impact that he had in that game.
But I could debate with you that he should have done that a lot earlier. Because Fornals was a disgrace to me today. He was clumsy, couldn't get the ball there. If we had Cornet a little bit earlier, maybe we didn't have that the last 2-3 minutes. So Moyes is great at delaying his subs. I thought Moyes screwed up so bad on his subs delays so early. Cornet should have came on. If it was me, he would have came on at halftime. Then at least 60 minutes. He put it on that. It's too late, man. Too late. Look how much damage he did already in the last 5 minutes, and then he ran out of time. So say if we had another 15, 20 minutes, the guy was on fire doing right. So that was all Moyes right there.
All right. I'm going to ask everybody that is taking part in the chat. Basically, right, Barry says, Moyes is our man. We just need to change the system. Right, before I say anything else, I want you lot in the chat to put, and I'll ask Lawrence on camera as well. With everybody available, and let's take a get out of that. Tell me your preferred starting team, formation, and if you want to give a brief, what tactics you would give that team, something real short. Let me know, because I want to see how it differs from Barry to Hammerhead to Epic, maybe to Helen. How, what team, if everybody is fit apart from Aged, what team would you pick? What formation, and what would be your simple instructions to that team? Just need to change our system. We need to start winning some games big time. We have Chelsea. Yeah, right. We gave Chelsea way too much respect staying back today. We need to right now. Like I said, Moyes' problem for me is
you're right. You're right, bud. He's right.
It's that fear of losing rather than say, you know what, let's go out on our sword and let's take it to them. And you can't do that in every game. You can't go to Man City and say we're gonna fight fire with fire. But Chelsea, in the form that they was in or lack thereof, and the amount of chances we created against Spurs after coming from 1-0 down, we realistically should have went into this game with an attacking mindset.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll be right back. The wife talked to me.
And we didn't, and that's why there's a lot of frustration. Is because now Moyes got the players at his disposal, and he's still playing these negative tactics. 100% I'm trying to watch us giving the ball away so easily. For sure, Cornet should have come on at halftime. You're right. We are not scored enough goals. 3 and 6, not acceptable. Yeah, so that's half a goal a game, our average. You can't be playing Brazil's number 10 exactly as a defensive midfielder. As good as he was, Moyes don't know how to use him. This would be interesting. Now, I'm going to try and, on spur of the moment, give you my team. Moyes out 100%. He's never achieved anything, so why would he now? Top of my head, I would stick with Fabianski, me personally. If everybody's available, I would go Soufal. Shit. See, the left back for me is still... Anyway, I would go Soufal because he's good at getting forward and he is generally puts in a good ball as well. I'm going Soufal. Kieran's son just messaged me back. One sec. I'm going Kura, Zuma. I'm going Emerson over Creswell because sometimes you need to freshen up in a team, like a new injection of personnel. So, yeah, that's my back line at the minute. I would stick with Rice and Souček. Paqueta obviously would be a number 10, but, I would give him the least amount of defensive responsibility as possible. This is a hard one. Actually, let me see what you lot say. That's because now I'm thinking spur at the moment off the top of my head. I'm actually thinking now. And that's the thing. We've got options at last. And maybe Moyes, he don't know how to utilize this when he has options. Let me just check this message. Sorry. Right, Kieran. I think Kieran went out, so his son thinks he might still be asleep. Bit of drink. Where was I? Sorry, bang and a day.
Dog's back.
One sec. You can't be playing. No, we've read that. Yeah, all right. Well, right, you, Lawrence. Where what's your thoughts on him? Obviously, today was the first time Paqueta started. He played him, as a deep defensive midfielder or centre midfielder. When he is Brazil's number 10, he starts for Brazil. He scores goals for them. He creates goals for them. What role would you give Paqueta?
What role?
Yeah, like what instructions would you give Paqueta?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
Oh, right now, I would let the guy roll the way he's doing right now. What was it? What position was he at today?
he looked like he's
What was it?
playing left of a
Left midfield.
free, not even left midfield, left centre midfield, defensive midfield. He looked like he was playing.
Did you watch how precision and precise this guy was? It was like if you compare him to half our players, it's funny. It was hysterical. I would put him. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I'm not. It's hard for me to say, but I would. The guy is just so precision, so precise. I mean, now, did you guys already talk about your starting lineups and or the position?
No. Right. Wally's put it in now. The thing is,
all right, so is that a one? Is that a one?
He's got Areola, Sufal, Zuma, Ogbonna, Creswell, Rice, Suchek, Bowen, Paqueta, Cornet, Skamaka would be Wally's starting team.
So does he got Paqueta in the middle? It looks like it's.
No, he'll have him as a number 10. He'll have him in front of the midfielders and behind the striker.
Like that. That's not bad, Creswell.
Right. You know, if he's fully fit, then yeah, I would. You know me, I love Ogbonna. So I did say, actually, we could play. You know, between Kura, Zuma, and Ogbonna, we could actually play 3 at the back with wing backs.
So what I disagree with, I thought Emerson had a good game today. I didn't think he played bad.
Yeah, so I would pick him over Creswell.
Exactly. Creswell, I don't know why. I think Wally's got like a love with him like Fredericks, I guess. I don't know. But we can talk offline about that. But yeah. Emerson played well. Creswell is a bench player now, in my opinion, so he shouldn't be starting him anyway, unless somebody's hurt. Zuma played great today. Again, 2 back-to-backs. He started off sluggish at the beginning of the season. He was stepping up his game. Sufal, yeah, he played okay. Not a bad line up there, Wally.
All right. Hammerheads formation team. He says 5-2-3 formation. Areola, Cornet, Aged, Kura, Zuma, Sufa, Rice, Suchek, Paqueta, Antonio, Bowen in a 5-2-3 formation. So wing backs. But obviously, Aged is not in contention. But yeah, and this is the thing. By doing this, it gives us, it makes us realize the options West Ham do have.
Exactly.
And we're not. Yeah. There ain't no plan B. Like we should have a plan C with the players that we now have. We should have a plan A, B, and C. Different formations. And not make it so predictable to the opposing team, like how we're going to set up.
5-2-3. It's not. Let me see. It's not terrible. I'm trying to think of myself. You guys are smarter than me about.
So he's got 3 centre backs. He's got 2 wing backs. He's got 2 defensive midfielders and then 3 forward players. So it's
in my opinion, would you put a healthy Skamaka in place of Bowen with Antonio up there? Would that work?
Well, he's got 3, so I would. Yeah.
I don't know.
Right, Barry says 4-3-3. Areola, Emerson, Ogbonna, Zuma, Kura or Sufal, Bowen, Paqueta, Rice, Skamaka, Antonio, Cornet. So he hasn't got Suchek. Let me see this again. 4-3-3. So the back line is Emerson left back, Ogbonna, Zuma centre back, which is, if Ogbonna is back, I feel he's our best centre back. And then he would have Kura or Sufal. Who would you have, Kura or Sufal as your right back?
Kura. For sure. This guy's a genius right now. He's fast. He is. And Sufal, and people are like dogging out. He's had a good beginning of the season. He's played better. But if you're going to you need to put Kura on the pitch. That guy is playing well this year. He stepped up. He needs to be playing. Right. Sufal, I like the guy but he's slow. He's slower than Kura. Kura is more technical. He's more, if you want to say clinical, that's what's great about it. If you look at the guys that we've brought in, these are clinical guys. And Titch, you don't want to tell me if I'm wrong, but they seem like they know how to pass the ball, defend the ball. They know how to play football. And nothing against the rest of them, but they're smooth. Look at Paqueta today. I mean, he can make things happen just by touching the ball.
Right.
He's like give and go, doing this, and he knows where everybody's at. He's like I'd like to saw it today. He was masterful, and I compare him to like in basketball, where he's a point guard, where he knows how to feed the ball and go to the right spots. He already envisions how we should do things, he's just gonna get better. You know what I mean? So.
Right, so I'm a bit Barry. Who would be your middle three? It would be Paqueta, Rice, and who's your third midfielder? Is it Cornet? I'm assuming you'd have Cornet, Rice, and Paqueta. I think that's your, and then Rice. No, and then Antonio, Bowen, and Scamacca as your front three. I think.
Yeah.
Scamacca instead of Bowen, maybe two.
Yeah, true. Him. Right, I agree with that. I agree.
Right. Listen, I said this the other day. When you bring in someone like Paqueta, he will, provide you with the ammunition, right? So all the passes or that are not seen by our midfielder or our players, and to somebody like Scamacca who knows where the back of the net is, Paqueta will find those passes. He will see those passes.
Exactly.
So when you bring him into the team, you need to utilize him as much as possible, and then you need to hope that the people he's putting through. And they ain't got to dribble past no one. They've just got to finish off all his hard work. You need to hope that they finish their chance. Now, he will create chances for us. We just need the right players on the pitch to get on the end of what, the strings that he's pulling.
Yes, sir. Totally correct.
Souček needs to be dropped for Paqueta. We need to get more creative. We need to be, more comfortable in possession, and we ain't. Could even play a 4-2-4 with my formation too. Drop Creswell for Emerson.
For sure, Barry. I agree with that.
That would one thing I would definitely do. And this is another thing. I did say Bowen needs competition. So Bowen for Cornet.
Bowen played well today. To give him some credit. He did play well.
Yeah,
couldn't finish.
There's nothing wrong with Moyes rotating his squad. I think Moyes is scared to upset the people that got him into Europe and all of that. And by doing that, you're not really trying to progress. I think that's his. I don't know when we're going to see Bowen, Antonio, and someone else on the bench, and then you see Cornet, Scamacca, and Paqueta all starting at the same time.
That's a good point.
Mine's based off if they were all on form. That's our strongest team. The players are in form. Barry says Paqueta needs to help out defending and be our playmaker. Now, you can. My instructions for Paqueta would be, where possible, play as a number 10. Get around that final third, our attacking final third. Try and win the ball back, put in a lot of energy in that final third. But I don't want him dropping too deep, because then now he's got double the work to do. So my instructions for him would be, play close to our striker, win the ball as high up the pitch as possible. And then once it gets to a certain point, conserve your energy and let others. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Rather than, we don't want him all around the pitch. We want him where he is going to be the most dangerous, and that is behind our striker. Stay forward. Oh, I didn't even see that. Barry says stay forward as much as you can. So that's exactly what I've said. I didn't even see that comment about Paqueta. He will create a lot of goal scoring opportunities and hopefully score a lot of goals too. His quality is phenomenal. I saw a glimpse of it today. Exactly. So we can't. For instance, Haller. We didn't play to Haller's strengths, and therefore he didn't look the Haller that we see for Ajax or in the Champions League, because we're not playing to his strengths. And, we need to make sure that somehow we've got Brazil's number 10 at West Ham. We need to make sure that we play everything through him. Otherwise, he's going to get disheartened and think, well, why did I come here if now I'm...
Exactly right. You got to feed him. Yep, you got to feed him the ball.
Yeah. Doesn't. Exactly, yeah. Just give him, like I said, Hammerhead, his instructions to be in that final third, to win the ball back. You work your socks off. Once it goes to a certain point, now you've done your job. Just be ready for when the ball does come back to you. You can't have someone just running around like a headless chicken. Nah, come on, mate. Emerson needs to get up the line more. Yep. Off topic. Bournemouth down to... Yeah, exactly. Oh, shit. I didn't know Fredericks came on. Look at that. Look at Wally. He's been waiting for this moment. So, in case you don't know, Lawrence, Bournemouth were down 2-0 at halftime to Nottingham Forest, and they ended up winning 3-2. But I didn't know Fredericks came on.
Holy crap! And that's probably why we dropped down to the cellar.
That's why Wally's class. That's why Hammerhead.
Jesus.
Helen says saw Skamaka training. So why was he not playing today? If he still has the virus, he shouldn't be training with the other players. Exactly. I don't know. Someone in the comments might know better than me as to if he's training. That don't make no sense.
What was he training? So what kind of injury? What kind of health problem was? I didn't know what it was though. I know it's been like off the thing. I didn't know what. I don't know why he's off the pitch. I know he's not feeling. Was it injury or is it health?
No, virus. Some sort of virus.
Hell, and most viruses are not.
Yeah, and that's true. But if he's not well, then why is he training? And if he's not going to be in the squad, then maybe do your own personal training rather than with the team if you're not even going to be in the squad.
Yeah.
Because each training session is based towards the games coming up. Starting 11 needs a bit of freshen up. It does. Playing a 5-3 can also change to a 4-2-4 in a game, which is very attacking. I feel would work. We've got the players to actually be an attacking team as well. Look at that pass Paqueta made to Antonio on the left side of the box. Lovely.
Oh, it was great. It was awesome.
We nearly had a chance. Paqueta needs freedom. He does. He needs a license to just kind of do what you want.
I'm loving what I'm seeing so far, though, with him.
With a bit of discipline, on top of that.
Yeah. Him and Skamaka out there on the pitch. Oh, shit. Stand by.
Paqueta going to ring futsal to West Ham. Comic team score would have been lovely. He nearly had a chance today. And also on against Spurs. But I think that was a miscommunication. Remember, he don't speak English either. So there is going to be a little bit of time where he needs to get familiar with certain terminologies. Anyone seen up close what Reece James actually did to Antonio? Should have been sent off. No, what happened there? Because
James. Are you talking about James' shot?
Yeah.
He freaking cleated the guy. So they went down, and James clearly put his cleat up on purpose and got on Antonio. So then Antonio pushed him, and they both got yellow cards. That was bull crap. It was James's fault. It was ridiculous, and it was a cheap shot.
Because I saw some commentator said...
If that's what you're talking about,
yeah. Some commentator said, West Ham, Antonio should have seen red for...
Oh, bullshit. He was defending himself.
Red.
He could have got pit. I mean, actually, James came down on him on his foot. I don't know. His cleat hit his thigh.
See, Wally says...
Yeah, into his thigh.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Wally, I taught Wally well.
And even Hammerhead says, should have got a red for that. Right, Reece James should be ashamed of himself. Silly boy, tried to injure Antonio. Should have been given a red card for kicking a player. Ref is a donut. Gave Antonio a yellow card when Reece grabbed him.
That was a joke. He was a fucking joke, man.
It shows you who they want to win. No, you can swear. He should have. Where was VAR on that one? Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, Wally.
And, that's when you do need VAR, for instance, right? Not that incident, but, the off the balls when somebody elbows something. Like Darwin Núñez, for instance. If the ref don't see it, and it is that bad, then VAR would say, listen, this guy's just headbutted someone. So you understand, it works for certain instances.
But Titch, it goes back to our problem is who is behind VAR? Are they smart enough and knowledgeable enough to do this? So the idea and the process of VAR is good. Well, if we have wankers in the back there that don't know what they're doing, it's horseshit, right? It's horseshit. Just like the penalty there that we should have a goal. So if we have not knowledgeable or favorable to the Big Six, in my opinion, they want to see Chelsea win over us. That's the problem. The idea is great, but if we want the right people in it, it's bullcrap. Period.
That's it. Sorry. Yeah, I think today will be, you'd hope, is a catalyst for some change, some transparency, as Epic has said, in regards to this, because there's been way too many incidents today that, have upset a lot of football fans, even those that are not, I went on to West Ham Fan TV, and obviously Nicky Hawkins was, he gave his opinion on that. And then even in the comments, it's full of Chelsea fans saying, look, I'm Chelsea, but that was a terrible decision. So football fans are basically they've had enough of the certain things that come with VAR. Refs are on a payroll. I don't. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Christian's got that one right out of Roy Keane's hand, but beyond me how you can stud someone in their fight and not see a red card.
I agree with that, Barry. Totally agree with that.
Right, so we won't stay on too long, you lot. Like I said, I was gonna go live straight after the game, and then I had so much stuff going on here, so I didn't. But these shows are good for people in the chat to give their opinion, have their say, get things off their chest. One sec. Right, this one here. You need to see the Newcastle even what now. I was watching Match of the Day before we came on here, and Alan Shearer was disgusted with the West Ham one, and then they basically said, yeah, he's going to be even more mad because the Newcastle game is, it's even worse. So I will watch that. Antonio did grab Silva's neck when Antonio was on the yellow. Lucky to get away with that one. Probably why Moyes took him off. He didn't want Antonio to get another yellow.
I agree with that because he was getting close. That's why Antonio went off because he had the yellow. I agree, Wally. Didn't want him to get another one.
Yeah, we can't afford.
We couldn't afford that.
They did even show Antonio studying on Match of the Day. Yeah, they didn't. They didn't show it.
Oh, that was a ridiculous goal. Ridiculous.
Or discuss it. Yeah, that didn't come up. And it should have done, seeing as VAR is a big. Maybe it's just too much other stuff that they've got to talk about because of all these poor decisions. Yeah, Lawrence, anything you want to it doesn't have to be about today's game, just generally, because I haven't spoken to you, on air for a long time. We've made all these signings and whatnot. What is your expectations this season for West Ham?
I think we can bounce back. Setting up, we started bad. We really have, and it's hard to go 3 straight down and move up. But I think we have potential. I think we're going to crack the goal thing because we're off the today. What I said to everybody, and I want somebody to give you some data on the stats, is that I think that we hit the goalpost more than we made goals. So I think what I say by that is going to happen. We're getting better. Moyes needs to be tactically better on his positioning.
Yeah,
we can bounce back, boys, but we got to do it now. Today was a gut wrenching. Today I watched the match and I had to go to the market with the wife, and I probably looked like the most disgruntled son of a gun in her life. She's like, Larry, you got to stop looking mean. I said, I can't, and I keep because I'm West Ham through and through, and I think Titch knows that.
Yeah.
So. All I can say is, boys, let's just bounce back. It's one game at a time, and let's do it. I think we got the right signings, and let's just do it. I'm gutted, though. I'm gutted today. I'm gutted.
Right, let me just read this. A lot of positives to take from today's game. Need to be better next game, keeping the ball and creating chances. We keep hitting the post too much, as you've just said, and need to start getting them on target right now. So, this season, even before all the signings and that, I said we're not going to finish in the European places. But I think because of how, bad the start has been in regards to the points, we have to target that Europa Conference League. That should be our main objective, is to win that.
Totally agree.
Win that and obviously get in the Europa League. Now, that is easier said than done. It's not like, oh, yeah, it doesn't work like that. But what I'm trying to say is I want to see us literally fully go for it, because we might finish not in the best positions in the league, but if you win that, then you're straight into the Europa League next year. So and we have the squad. We've got players, Scamacca, Italy's number 9, Paqueta, Brazil's number 10. So we've got
the players, man.
Elite level players that can actually, on paper, you look at the squad, you think teams will fear us in that competition. Now, also, I read an article that's Aged is like 6 weeks away from coming back. Now, if that's true, he would then possibly make the World Cup. I thought he'd be out. I thought they said until January possibly. So he may well come back into contention. And yeah, like I said, we need to really, really target the Europa League. And I would rather not Europa Conference League. I'd rather Moyes came out and actually said that as well. Like, listen, we're going to go for that. You understand? We need to stabilize in the league because we are in the relegation places after 6 games played. So not great.
I can't believe that too. That's disgusting.
The only good thing is, I think there's 3 other teams on 4 points, so it's a goal difference thing. Leicester's got 1 point, but if Leicester were to beat Brighton tomorrow, there'll be 5 of us on 4 points. So we're not cut adrift. It's only a few points, but we do need to get away from that relegation spot places as quick as possible, because that's pressure. What's this? Should have heard the biased commentary by Sky today.
I imagine that. Shocker.
There was some. I think, after the. Hold on, what game was it? No, I was watching on BT. Sorry, they wanted Chelsea to win. Joe Cole was like, "No, there's no way it should be." Robbie Savage, all of them. I think the one person that was saying, "Oh, Bowen could have avoided him," was, I can't remember, one in the BT studio.
That's bull crap. Bull crap, totally.
Yeah, even this here. A lot of commentators will say what they feel is politically correct or
that's true too.
The agenda. So a lot of yes men.
Hammerhead, that is a point too. Some of these guys want to be politically right because if they say what's true, they could get the ass. Great
exactly.
point.
Yeah.
Great point, bud. Great point.
We need to finish top 6. I can't see it.
I don't see it either.
I can't see it. I mean, look, we now actually have a squad, but that for me falls onto Moyes why I can't see it happening. Plus, we've got the Europa Conference League. Plus, we've got the World Cup coming up. So it's just we are playing.
After this start, my goal is the top 10. If we're good, top 10. I'd be happy with that.
I'm worried with all the investment we have made. We're still in the relegation zone. If only we had a fit striker that could score.
Yeah, we start off slow, and Skamaka just got there now. Now he's been sick for a couple of days, so it's not helping us, Helen. So you're totally right.
And then he'll be fit for the Conference League.
And Antonio starts off good. He's a hustler. I like him, but he can't fit. He got a goal today, but you saw it was a scrappy goal. It wasn't a position goal. What a position goal,
But as a striker, you got to be in the right place at the right time. So
and he was there this time. You're totally right, Tish.
And his assist for and I did say this on a watch along. His assist for Sucha against Spurs. If Paqueta had done that, we would be raving about it for the next month.
True.
So
good point.
he's got a role to play in the team, but I feel that we need to somehow incorporate Skamaka and Antonio in our starting lineup. Yes, together.
Yes, sir.
We have to.
Yes, sir.
We have to.
Totally agree.
Because you remember Skamaka is a lot more clinical, so he could feed off of Antonio's work rate. You understand? So I think we need to somehow, even if it's start the game like that, whatever, or second half you go like, we need to have them two on the pitch playing alongside each other.
Totally agree, my friend.
Corney's scored at the post. We're playing better and creating chances. Just need to exactly. And I did say this as well, that the first, even the preseason, and then the first 4 games, including Aston Villa, we just looked toothless. Didn't look like we could score. Spurs game, that changed, and we were creating chances, even though we went 1-0 down. And that's what Moyes does. Sometimes he throws a little bit of caution to the wind once we go behind, rather than let's go
That's
for it.
That's true. Yeah.
At the start of a game, he's a winger, and yes, he scored.
It's about Antonio, probably.
Right, he says, how could he avoid him? He was stumbling before. Yeah, that was top 10 definitely, says Barry. Top half if we're lucky and very lucky. The Premier League is relentless. Barry maybe 12th, 10th to 12th, says Hammerhead. Cornet is a striker.
8th or 9th.
I forgot. No.
Cornet,
he can play there.
He's got the abilities.
He's played there. He can play there. Paqueta's played as a 9 as well.
I'm not going to dispute that, Barry, because he's got the ability for that.
Barry Cornet is a winger. And we had people saying, left wing back and that. I don't see Cornet as a left. I mean, he could probably do a job there if you've got a solid back three. He has played as a striker, but he is a winger. He's a winger, but he's played,
a winger by state. Yep.
He's played as a striker, and so has Paqueta. Paqueta has played as a number 9.
Well, look at Antonio. He's a striker, but he plays as a winger half the time. Left winger. You know what I mean?
Right, big. Look who's in the house. Big up, Danny Jackson.
Danny, what up, buddy?
Thanks for tuning in. He can play a lot of positions. Yeah, not a natural striker. Just another Antonio. We use him as a striker. I know he's a winger, but he's dangerous playing up front. He puts fear in defending. Runs, yeah, exactly, and he's very direct with the ball. He could also yeah, so he can play there. That's not his natural position, but he can play there, and he's got he is good at running with the ball. Striker and winger sometimes, and that's the thing. We do have players that can play in multiple positions. So why do we still look so rigid? Cornet is a danger man. He is. I made up a song about Cornet when we signed him. Actually, the day before we signed him. Do you know? Have you heard that song, Lawrence? I was going to say,
sing it.
Have you heard it?
No, and I want you to sing it right now.
All right, you've never heard it?
I may have, but I want you to sing it anyway.
Okay, but do you know the theme tune?
No.
Okay, I sing it. So this is for Barry, Danny. They ain't heard it. Big up. Oh look, Cam's is here.
Cam, what up, buddy?
I haven't heard from Cam for long. I'm gonna big up Cam's. I'm gonna sing you the song. Just one Cornet, give him to me. A fantastic signing from Donnelly. 17.5 is the transfer fee. Just one Cornet will do for me.
Oh, that is awesome. Awesome,
Grazie.
buddy.
Come on, you irons.
Grazie,
but that song
grazie.
is you know the cornetto, the ice cream.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard? You know, that's the actual song from the cornetto. It's an Italian guy singing. So yeah.
That was
Just
awesome,
one
buddy.
What we got here? Oh, Barry. One sec. Cornet looked phenomenal when he came on. Wish you could have seen him for more than 10 minutes. Listen, and the thing with Cornet is
exactly that's what I said.
He's proven himself in the Premier League with a struggling Burnley team, and he scored 9 goals in his first season. So he's ready to go, and will score goals for us. Quality laughing. Come on, you irons. Come on, you irons. Cornet will start next game. Been here 2 minutes, and he's singing already. You know me. That's my Cornet.
Cam, it's nice to see you, buddy.
Yeah. Cam's been a long time. Right, Lawrence, any final words? Because I know that you was only meant to come on for 20 minutes. And before you do, I'd say, listen, everybody's late at night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for contributing. It's all about the chat. You know, that's another motto of this channel. No chat, no channel. Because it's the subscribers and the people that interact that actually make any channel. But yeah, Lawrence, any final 1 sec. If Moyes starts bowling against Newcastle, I'll give the geezer back to Scotland. I'll drive the geezer back to Scotland. I thought he said give. Any final thoughts? It's Newcastle next. No, sorry, it's Europa League against Steaua Bucharest, and then it's Newcastle in the Premier League. Is our next 2 games.
Very disappointed today, boys. Very disappointed. But let's move up. This is our irons. Let's do it right. We got the team now. I think we can do it if Moyes gets the right thing. So let's turn around. Start next week. Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons. Listen, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I mean, Barry, I'm assuming you're new. Thanks for, lovely.
Thank you, Barry. That's good
interaction.
Feedback. Yeah.
We're here. We do not too many live shows. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. And just check us out in the future because, we're always doing stuff on here. Thanks to everybody that's tuned in. Have I got all the comments? Emerson, Cornet, Leon together. Oh, yeah. Emerson, Cornet, and Paqueta all played. No, Emerson weren't there when Cornet was there. He was there with Paqueta. Because Cornet, Emerson went there last season, but Cornet went to. Did they buy him in January? Nah, I don't think they played together, Hammerhead. I don't think. Right. So, yeah, like I said, thanks for everyone that's tuned in. We will be back soon. We'll do more sort of things like this. And it was good that I actually got to sit down with Lawrence, which has been a long time.
Our brother.
But yeah, we will see you all in the next one. Peace out. Thank you very much.